Hi guys, so I'm here to share my labor and delivery story with you guys. I have a little bit of footage that I'm going to show you guys, but I wanted to walk you guys through this series of events because it's not very much footage. So I will get started. On September 13th, that was on a Saturday, me and a friend, we had gone to Target around like 5:30 p.m. And when we were loading the car on our way out, when we were loading the car, I had a really bad contraction, and this was very different from the other ones I had felt, like Braxton Hicks. So I knew this was a real deal. I felt it in my back. I stopped in my tracks. I had to breathe through it, but it was just one. And my friend was like, "Oh, do you think this is it? Like, do you think it's happening today?" And I'm like, "I hope so." Because my friend that was with me at Target, she was going to stay with my girls while we were at the hospital. She stayed last year also when we had beta, and she was gonna have to go back to school that Tuesday. So that, like, to have the baby that weekend would have been perfect, or else I would have had to like redo my whole who's gonna stay with the girls, pack their bag, and if anybody else stayed with the girls, they would have to go there, and I wanted them in the comfort of their own home, and she was gonna stay at our house with the girls. So it was just would have been perfect. So that night I ate some pineapple, and I had some like chili tamales, and I had one chili tamale and like a whole pineapple. And at this point I was 40 weeks in 2 days. So I was overdue, but not very much. Not what I'm used to with like the other girls. So on September 14th around 12:45 a.m., like midnight time, I had two really like strong contractions, and these ones were about 30 minutes apart, and it knocked me off my feet. Like, I had to get on my hands and knees and like sway through them. And my friend was like, "Oh, you know, I better be today, hope it's today, blah blah blah." And so after that second one, they were like, 30-minute intervals. After that second one, I was gonna start cleaning the house, and I was like, "No, I have to take a bath, I have to shave my legs, and I have to try to get some rest because I'm really tired, and this is a real contraction." So I had to sit in the bath because I knew that if I was standing up in the shower, it would just be all bad. So I, took a bath, and I was shaving my legs, and I had a couple more contractions while I was sitting in the bath, like relaxing, but they were very mild. They were Braxton Hicks again. And I thought about like what somebody had said, that if you get into like a tub of water too early into your labor, you can stall your labor. And so I thought that's what had happened, because I was only feeling like Braxton Hicks at that point, and it wasn't anything that I couldn't like continue doing what I was doing. I didn't have to stop. I was just doing what I was doing. So after that, I got in bed, and I'm a big procrastinator. At this point, I was 40 weeks and 2 days, and I still had not packed my hospital bag yet. And so I told Erin, I was like, "Can you pack the hospital bag? All I need is just chapstick, some sweats, and one of his t-shirts. I just want to be comfortable, and this is my fourth child, so I kind of already know like how to pack for my hospital, and they have everything. So all I really needed was baby's outfit and like a change of clothes to go home in." So he had fallen asleep, and I stayed up, but I was trying to relax and just waiting for them to come because I was really anxious. And I got 3 while I was in bed over the span of an hour and a half. I still was getting them like 20 to 30 minutes apart, but the weird thing is that they were lasting anywhere from 2 to 4 minutes long. Like, my contractions were lasting like, and I've always been told, or I've always heard, that like you don't go to the hospital until your contractions are 2 minutes apart, lasting 1 hour, and that was not the case with me. Like I said, they were like 20 to 30 minutes apart and lasting 2 to 4 minutes. but they were just kicking my butt. And I knew that we had like an hour and a half drive to the hospital. So I woke up Aaron and I was like, let's go. And I told him, I was like, just hope and pray that I'm at least 3 centimeters so that they'll keep me, because these are really, really painful and I need some pain medicine because these things are lasting so long. And I'm not leaving. If they try to discharge me or they try to let me go home, I'm not leaving. I'm staying right there. So we got in the car, and then on the drive I only had 2 contractions. We're on our way to the hospital. Contractions are on top of each other. They're not like spaced out or anything. I have like 2-minute long contractions. They hurt so bad. But we're on our way. It is 3 a.m. How do you feel, Aaron?
Ace, when you come on, he talks to you about waking us up at 3 o'clock in the morning, cuz it's outside on these streets.
Oh, Jesus. So I've been having contractions since earlier today when I went to Target around 5 o'clock. They started really, really strong and they've been consistent, and I can't take it anymore. And now they're just piling on top of each other. I have no breaks. When I get them, they're like 2 minutes long, 3 minutes long, and I can't take it. And there's coming another one. I gotta go. The doctor, or I don't know if it was a doctor or a nurse. I think it was a nurse. She was like, okay, I have to check you. She checked me and she was like, she is a solid 8. And I was like, 8? Like, what? I need an epidural right now. Like, you guys have to get an epidural. And she told me that because I have previous, like, I hemorrhaged previously with Eden's birth. I don't know, like, what level I had to be at, iron-wise, but she said that I couldn't get an epidural until they got the blood results back. And so I was like, well, can we call the anesthesiologist first? And so that way when the blood results come back, like, the anesthesiologist will be right in my room already to give me the epidural, because I can't do this. And she's like, no, it doesn't work like that. Anyway, about 2 minutes after she checked me, the midwife walked in and was like, I'm going to check you. And I was like, no, she just checked me. Like, it hurts. Don't touch me. It hurts. And she was like, no, I need to check you again. And so she checked me. She was like, she's a 9. So they wheeled me like super fast to the delivery room. And like my body immediately just started pushing. Like right when she took out her hand, my body just started pushing on its own. And it was super involuntary. I've never felt that before, like that pressure, because I've always been induced. So it's compared to being induced, it's very different. Like Pitocin can really control your contractions. When my contractions started piling up on each other when I was induced with the other girls, they slowed down the Pitocin so that they would spread out. And this time, like my body was just piling the contractions on top of each other. Like, you know, they were, 2 to 4 minutes long, and my body was just doing that, so there was no way for them to stop. And I spoke to Stephanie afterwards, like I think like the day that I had the baby, and she was telling me that, oh yeah, like that's totally normal to have your contractions pile on top of each other when you're in transition. And I was like, why have I never heard that? Like, I've never heard anybody say that. I've never heard that before. No one ever told me this. So I like feel like I would have been prepared a little bit better had I ever heard that before, and I've never heard that from anyone. So they wheeled me to the room and she was like, you can't push, like if you want the epidural, you can't be pushing yet. And I was like, I'm not pushing. So I like kind of rolled my body to my side and I faced Aaron so that they would not see my body pushing, like, because I was like showing in my face and they were seeing my body like kind of crunch up. So I turned towards Aaron so they wouldn't see me push because I really needed that epidural. And then this happened.
Can you turn on your back? I know.
Oh, hold on, I'm having a contraction. Let it go away first. I need air.
The air's on, honey. You just can't feel it. You're hot.
Ruptured?
My water's broke.
Yeah, okay. You gotta.
Our water's just broke.
You have to make sure and get ready. Yeah, baby.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, she just ruptured. We don't know if it's, you know, what it is. Okay, go ahead and turn. It's clear.
Clear? Okay.
Clear. Water is water. Done?
You
Okay,
ruptured.
turn. We
Again.
have to check. Huh?
Hold on.
You have pain right now? Okay.
That was a lot of water, honey.
You can turn.
That's a problem. You didn't have to do that. Okay. Let's put this over there and see. Okay.
Feel like you can turn on your side yet?
So right here, I'm kind of like sad because right when Aaron turned off the camera to help clean up the amniotic fluid that was literally, it exploded everywhere. I turned on my back and within probably 30 seconds, Ace was born. So he did not have time to turn back on the camera. No one had time to catch him. He was born onto the bed and she told me to stop pushing, like when he was like crowning or like coming out, like his head was coming out. And I could not stop. Obviously, like you can't tell somebody that's 10 centimeters and pushing to stop pushing. So he was literally like born onto the bed. And when my body was pushing and I was turned towards Aaron, my legs were closed. So it was creating like all this pressure down there. So as soon as like I opened my legs, he was like flying out. He was like, I'm out of here. So he was literally born in like 45 seconds after Aaron turned off the camera. And so we did not get that on tape and I'm so sad because I will never be able to relive that moment. But it was crazy. I did not get my epidural. I had him naturally 100%. And he came into this world weighing 10 pounds. I birthed a 10-pound baby. That is so crazy. Yeah, so that's my labor and delivery story. I hope I got through everything. Let me know if you guys have any questions, comments, leave them below and I will answer them. And thank you guys for watching and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.